up here any second. We are live on the app. Let me say hi to everybody. Got a good show for you today. We're going to be talking with Phillip Vanderpool from the Virtue TV. Also, he's part of Woodhaven, big Woodhaven crew. And I've known Phillip for a long, long time. Used to be out there with Hunter Specialties, and he's been doing his own thing for almost 15 years now. 15 years, Philly?
I think so. I think you're about right on. I was
Yeah.
sitting there thinking about that today, actually.
Yeah, isn't that
Long
crazy?
time.
Isn't that crazy how time flies, man?
You ain't kidding. It just seems like yesterday that we are all up there, in Iowa.
Yeah. That's one of the nicest things I'll say. Dave and Carmen were very nice to me, and
Yeah.
letting a little runt from Missouri get out there and take part of that, and help me out with the shows. And Eddie's,
Yep.
you and Eddie Salter is just a great guy. But that was one of the best things when I got to know you and become friends with you. So I'll always be grateful for my time there with that.
Well, right back at you, brother. Yeah, it's been quite the ride.
Yeah. Well,
Hey,
July
we're still
2nd,
riding.
huh?
I'm saying we're still riding.
Yeah, we're still going, huh? Yeah, that's all
Yeah,
right. As
betcha.
long as we can get to the buffet and get to a tree stand or a ground blind, we'll be okay, right?
That's exactly right, buddy. Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go. So we got a lot of things going on. It's July 2nd out the old grunt call, man. We're going to be hitting that pretty soon. Can you believe it's almost time to get well, we really are to get we're going to talk about mock scrapes and cameras, but it's time to get your tree stands out and get everything starting to position, right?
That's exactly right. It's funny you said that. That's what I've been doing today is getting. I've already got some trail cameras out already. I leave a lot of them out year round, but that's what I was doing, getting the tack camera bills all lined out and getting some mock scrape stuff there with the pure whitetail. Getting that all ready again.
Yeah, oh Josh and Grant. And Philip and I in Iowa, we get to hunt on the same farm. So I've got Elise and I got Philly on there, and Larry McCoy's with me. Tony, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you. With the one camera by the barn on the other side of the farm,
Yep.
that's
Yep.
been doing,
Yep.
and then the little sanctuary that we got there. I think I'm going to get
Yeah.
out there and I'm going to get some scrapes going, some mock scrapes. But you know, you remember when Larry, you, Ryan, and I were going out several years ago, and
Sure.
it was amazing to me that we got those pure whitetail scrapes out. Because I asked
Yep.
you guys, I said, "What are you doing?" And you started putting those dust out, and we weren't even back. What was it? An hour and a half, and we were back to the truck, and we were already getting pictures.
Pictures of the. That's exactly. Yep. It's pretty mind boggling.
Yeah.
It,
Well,
it works.
it's a great scouting tool this time of year. Tell them why.
Well, I think, of course, right now, for me, I'm not putting anything out as far as with deer. I'm putting the mesmerized and the spellbound and stuff
Mhm.
there. It's more of a curiosity thing. And I tell you right now, Dan, it works year round. I
Yeah.
just amazes me. Once you establish them, the deer just continue to come by and use them and hit the licking branches. It's crazy.
So, are you using the pre-orbital on the ropes or on the licking branches, or you just
I'm
staying with the mesmerize?
getting ready to try it. I have, Dan, to be honest with you, I have not tried that yet. I'm getting ready to try it. I've got some out there right now.
Okay, I used it last year and it worked great.
Look
So,
great.
yeah, it worked great. Well, matter of fact, where I shot my buck, I had one of the hemp ropes there, and Larry went and
Mhm.
freshened that up a couple weeks before I hunted, and I got out there and I had put that on the rope, and I was getting some decent deer in that little wedge section. But
Yeah.
I just like the thing right now, and you correct me if I'm wrong on this. The reason why it's a great time to get out there and get these scrapes and stuff established now, it habitualizes those deer. They're always, I mean, they're always out there checking scents, seeing what deer are out there, trying to communicate. Smelling everybody's hormones or pheromones or whatever you want to say it. But
Yeah.
they're always checking in with scent. And if you get a mature buck and get him used to going on that scrape and going on that scrape line, that's going to pay dividends for you when bow season gets in.
Well, not only just what you just said, but also to kind of take inventory to see what you've got out there and what's in the area,
Right.
because it may be something you want to jump on early season. You got a buck showing up regular, but yes, they want to check out the competition, but they're also curious. So when you're using the curiosity sense, the same thing. But they communicate year round with those licking branches. That's the
Yep.
one thing I've learned. I mean, it's does, bucks, they all do.
It's their social media.
Exactly.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
And
really,
we've just created a bigger social media, if you will, with the pure whitetail.
yeah. So you recommend? I was just going to put out some dominant buck urine, and maybe our bachelor group and try that. Mesmerize, I had some decent luck. Um, dominant scrape was that's probably going to be closer to use that out in October, right?
I would, I mean, Dan, the way I look at that, you can always try it and see if you're getting results on it. That's what I like about it. But about everything I've tried, I've had good luck anytime I put it out. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think it was meant more to do in that early to mid October when they're starting to make scrapes and make a lot of sign and stuff. I think you're probably going to have them to be more active coming back to those scrapes. I
Yeah,
think
Jeremy
with
Lee,
that.
good Jeremy Lee, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for watching, listening. We appreciate you. Definitely don't want to do any estrus stuff this time of year, folks. You want to save that for Halloween week and later, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Now, bedded up. I've used bedded up doing mocks in the summer, and I've had pretty good luck with bedded up.
Bedded up works year round, Dan. It's
Yeah,
just, I mean, it's taken from all kinds of deer. It has a deer smell to it. Honestly, it's probably my very favorite. That and the power buck. I've
yeah,
had really good luck with the power buck. You know.
yeah. When we get into decoys, hey Kevin, Philip, Kevin Dilly says to tell you hi, buddy.
All right, tell him I said hi. Hi, Kevin. How you doing, buddy?
You just did. You just told him. So, pure whitetail makes a lot of different sense. They make some that actually are synthetic. So if you're in a state that does not allow you to use real deer urine, you've got
Yeah.
availability to get out there and actually use a synthetic. Still, kind of do what Philip and I are talking about tonight, and you're well within regs, right, P?
Absolutely. And see, here in the state of Arkansas in the CWD zones, you can't use anything that has anything related to deer, the deer urine or secretions or whatever. And I'm being honest with you, I've had just as good a luck with the synthetic. Those guys got it down as I have with both ways it works. That's
Yeah.
the easiest way I know to tell you.
Yeah, that Todd Rupert fella says the fellow on the right is so handsome.
The fellow on the right. I don't know
That's you.
who's on the right, on the
You're on
left
you're
though.
you're on the right. Trust me, he wouldn't say that about me. So, yeah, yeah,
Well, I
yeah.
know
And I
Todd,
and I even got his hat on too. There you go.
Yeah. Hey, Todd, I hope you're doing well, buddy.
Hi, Jacob Pike.
He's
Good to
good.
see you. Let's see. Kevin says my go-to is bachelor group and pre-orbital. Kevin, we just talked about pre-orbital. I had really good success with that last year. Phil. You know where my ladder stand is, where we both saw
Oh, yeah.
heavy. Remember where you and I both saw heavy D a lot a couple years ago. That scrape on that end right there, that has just gotten tore up with bachelor group and pre-orbital in the last couple years. So Kevin, I agree with you. That's really a good one. I
Yeah.
usually wait till September, October to start using dominant scrape. Okay, buddy, thank you for that.
That bachelor group works really well here. Matter of fact, I'll probably, when I get to Kansas, I'll be using a bunch of that.
Yeah,
Works,
yeah.
works well.
Roop says you too, pal. Thanks, Roop. I appreciate that. Unless you're talking to Philip, so I always call him Ass Squatch. Because he looks like Bigfoot. He's got that big old Bigfoot thing. I can say that because we're not on regular radio tonight. So, but I
Right.
can't say that on the regular radio show. But I love Todd Rupert. Matter of fact, hey Phil, you know what he's going to do for our 4-year anniversary on the Outdoor Call Radio Network? I don't
There's
I
no
don't know if
telling.
I don't know if it's this one or this one on the grunt calls, but he's gonna laser engrave the Outdoor Call Radio logo and we're going to give a bunch of these
Cool.
away. Isn't that cool?
That's yeah. And he makes a good call too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does make a really good call. Todd, and you work with Woodhaven. Woodhaven's a great call company, but when Larry and I met Todd 3 or 4 years ago out in PA, it
Yeah.
was awesome because honestly, Todd's one of the best call makers out there, and I need all the help I can get. So, because you're always giving me crap on my turkey calling anyway, but
Well,
I still get them right. You got to give me. I still get them.
that's right. Yeah,
But
you do
that
pretty
that
good.
that Rupert's Roost and Peace turkey calls, they kind of help me out. But so good. Hey, Rick Seeker, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for listening tonight. I appreciate you. Um, so Phil, the nice thing about getting out there and putting your cameras up and getting those mock scrapes established right now, if you bump a nice buck, we're so early, it's not going to matter, right?
Well, and there's always going to be a chance of that. You just, you can't worry about that right now. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
as long as you're not in there all the time, and to be honest with you, a lot of the places I hunt here close to home, I try to get in there a little bit and keep my scent out there because I want them to kind of get used to me.
Yeah. Well,
To be honest.
there's a lot of truth to that. I mean, if you have activity around the farm and they know you're not a threat, you're less apt to get them to run off the property, right?
I think so. I think
Yeah.
that's just my philosophy, my theory on it. So
Donovan
yeah.
Donovan's on here. He goes,
Oh
outdoors, you
Lord.
definitely need all the help you can get.
Go
I,
get him, Donovan.
yeah, I hate that guy. Uh,
Oh, I know you do.
oh, Donovan. Yeah. Hi, buddy. Um, no, seriously, I think right now is a great time to get out there. If you need to reposition your stand, you don't, try not to go nuts and everything. But it's July, August, September, October. I don't know. You and I really don't get crazy about hunting unless there's a cold front in October. But we don't. I don't. We don't like. I don't. I don't until that October 21st to 25th. That's when I'll start getting out and sitting for a while.
Yeah. Where are you hunting this year?
Donovan goes, that's why you hunt with Triple H.
That's exactly right.
I've got a great record with Triple H, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we both do.
Michael Cheney, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thank you. I'm gonna be hunting with Donovan, and then I'm gonna hunt here with everything going on with Jenny. I was gonna maybe try to go up to Wisconsin and hunt with Skippy up at Gearhead, but I
Yeah.
think I'm just gonna be able to do those two hunts and get those filmed, and that'll probably be my season. How about you? You gonna be out around? You going crazy again, or you just?
Well, I think right now, yeah, I think we're looking at, of course, maybe here in Arkansas, depending on what shows up. But Northeast Missouri, there, Knox County Whitetails,
Yeah, yeah,
be
Chris
hunting up
is.
in that area for sure. Kansas with Donovan, Oklahoma. I've got a new place in Oklahoma. I'm really looking forward to trying that. I turkey hunted out there, and I was very impressed, to say the least. I shot a turkey, and it's the first time I was out there, and I'm going to be hunting with a good friend of mine, Justin Avery, and I think it's going to be pretty special. And the trail camera pictures that he showed me from last year, let's just say he's got some big deer.
Yeah. Michael says, doing good, thanks. Hope everything is good with your way. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Pete wants to know, Dan, what can you and Philip talk about what you do to make a scrape? Do you yeah, honestly, we sometimes we have a weed whacker with us, sometimes we don't. Larry's always good about that little whip thing that he got, but I just bring a spade shovel and you dig it out, flip the dirt over, and try to get the.
Pete, something I started using years ago was a weed whip, or what he calls a weed whacker, or whatever.
Yeah,
You can you can make the scrape with that, or you can just do it with a stick or something there.
we lost Philip. Don't you, are you there, Philly? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
but anyhow,
there he is.
I uh, I I mean, whatever I've got to work with, I don't think it matters what you make it with once you get them started. I mean, And a lot of guys use the ropes. Ropes work real good. If you don't have a rope, a grapevine, if you can find a grapevine, a lot of times will work. Or just take an overhanging branch and lean it over. There's so many different ways. Take zip ties with you. Zip ties work well to get situated if you need to cut a cedar limb or an oak limb or whatever that you're wanting to make. You can use and take you some zip ties. You can fix you a mock scrape about anywhere.
Yeah. I think he was talking about how to dig out the circle for the scrape,
The
Philly.
circle. Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
The wheat
honestly,
works well with me.
yeah, I like weed whacking around just to clear it out so I get really good pictures. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh, well.
I mean, they do it with their hooves, so I don't. Pete, honestly, I don't think it really matters. Just I wouldn't be getting a lot of gas smell or anything like that. If you want to, that might deter them from going in there.
Yeah, that's why I use a weed whip.
Yeah,
And
that
then
little
I'll
little weed whip.
whacker.
Yeah, yeah, that little thing. Larry's always flipping that thing around, so that's good.
Yeah, hey, just so you know, I taught Larry that secret right there. Just so you know.
I thought you taught Larry everything.
No, I didn't teach him everything.
Larry McCoy's a
Well,
killer.
most everything. How's that?
Larry's a good deer hunter. And
No,
I tell
he's,
everybody that all the time. Donovan
he
says,
is.
looking forward to having you guys in camp this fall. Have a good evening. Love you guys. Love you too, Donovan. Appreciate you.
You too, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
y'all
and
have a good one.
I want to dedicate tonight's show to our buddy Remy, Larry Remigi. Larry passed away yesterday in Kansas, and he was a very good friend of Donovan's dad, Hilly, and actually, I posted a picture yesterday of me, Remy, and Donovan with a buck I shot. Remy let me film Outdoors Traditions TV on his place, and we lost a good bow hunter yesterday, Philip.
Yes, and he was a good guy. And his wife Betty, I feel sorry for her. She's a sweetie herself, and that's going to be tough on her. But Remy was top of the line, man. I always look forward to coming over. He'd come over to Triple H, and we'd sit there and he'd tell stories. And he'd tell a lot of stories on you, old buddy,
Oh,
when you
he
weren't.
always, yeah. Doesn't everybody? I don't get slack from anybody, man. It's just that's fine. That's all right. Remy was a good dude. Hey
Yep.
Daryl down in Oklahoma, good to see you, buddy. Um, hey, what else are you doing right now? I mean, we need to get the cameras out now so we can see what the deer are doing. It's a fun time to watch them grow. They're growing an inch a day right now. We talked a little bit about pure whitetail with Josh and Grant. I've got Josh sending me some more pure whitetail mineral. I asked him to send me the persimmon and the berry. Do you have a preference on that yourself, Phil?
Not really. It seems like they both work. Of course, I've got more persimmons. I would probably use more persimmon in the areas that I'm used to because of the persimmons. But I think they both work great,
Yeah.
from what I understand.
Yeah. Hey, and also too, if you're gonna get out there and you're gonna do any trimming, when you get out there, you should. Here's Philip. You tell me if I'm missing anything. This time of year, you want to check your tree stand straps. If you leave your stands out, make sure your straps are okay. You want to sit in your stand. Make sure you bring your safety harness with you. Sit in your stand. If you got to do any cutting on your shooting lanes, you want to do it now. You do not want to do it in
Absolutely.
September and October, right, Phil?
Yes, and I mean Donovan's the he can tell you for sure. Him and Sammy's getting ready to get started on all that out there in Kansas. But yeah, when I get an opportunity, that's what I do. Make sure you're checking those straps, though, guys. If that tree stand's been up there 2 or 3 years or past that, I would highly recommend just going ahead and putting another strap on it just to be safe.
Yeah.
Just put another one. It costs that much. And same thing on your ladder sticks and stuff too. Check them all out, all your straps, and it don't take nothing. Just go ahead and put another strap if you're even in doubt, and leave the one you've got there on there. That's fine, but at least you got a new one on there.
Yeah, absolutely. So, when are you kicking off the Virtue for this year on carbon?
Well, that's a good question. It won't be too long because Josh and I are shooting everything. Uh, we're actually headed to Knox County Whitetails. We're going to have 4th of July up there. Daryl Davis, my buddy with the Whistling Dixie Band, is going to be putting on
Oh,
a performance with his band up there. So we're setting off fireworks and got all the farmers and all the friends and neighbors coming over. It's going to be a big time. And then that's what I'm be working on up there is trying to get some stuff done on some of the places that Chris and I will possibly. He's picked up a bunch of new property, and so we're gonna have to go, try to get some things figured out where to start.
Yeah. Travis, good evening. Good evening, guys. Travis Pollard said to tell you hi there, buddy. Dave,
Yep.
Dave,
Hi, Travis.
Dave said to tell you hi.
And hey, Dave.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, buddy. We appreciate that. So yeah, that sounds like fun. Chris, I feel Chris just lost. What was his dad, wasn't it?
Yeah, he just lost his dad not too long ago. Yep, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yep. Yeah,
yeah.
old Slim. He was quite the character. He was a good one.
Yeah. That whole Allison family is good people over there in Knox County.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
absolutely. You
they
bet.
do a good job. All right, buddy. Well, I wanted to get you on here and pick your brain. So, hey, that bachelor group that we were talking about with pure whitetail, the dust.
Yeah.
Hey, do you prefer the dust or the liquid more?
Well, here's my thoughts on that. Now, I think they both work, and I think they both have their place. What I'm doing right now is using more of the dust, but what I'm doing is wetting the leaves. So I'm taking a little bottle of spray. Matter of fact, I'm using some of the pure whitetail spray,
Yeah,
to kill the odor and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I'm using the new
Scent spray. Yeah, yeah.
basically, you have to send away. Basically, I'm spraying all the leaves and stuff on it, getting it wet, and then doctoring it up with the dust. But they both work. I'm telling you, I usually will get liquid all over me. That's why I
Hmm.
kind of prefer the dust, and it's a little bit more concentrated. But they both work, and they both have their place. I
Okay.
don't think there's a times different on how they work. I just have my reasoning for that. But I've had really good luck with the dust when they make the product in the dust.
Okay. Yeah, I like them both. I mean, for decoying, I'm 100% dust. I mean, you and Larry both, you put that in the body of that DSD buck decoy, that's money.
I'm gonna tell you something. I've heard guys say all the time. Well, don't put that scent on the decoy and stuff. Well, first of all, I don't carry, and sometimes you have to. When I find a good decoy spot, that's where my decoy stays. I
Mm,
leave it there overnight.
yeah.
I don't carry that thing in and out. I'm trying to minimize the scent. You can't completely kill it, but I will say that when you cover that decoy with that dust, them deer will come right up to it. I mean, and they don't. It amazes me that it minimizes our scent, and
Hmm.
they'll just come right up to it. That's why I like it.
Yeah, I mean, look at last year. I had that really nice buck. I don't know if we named him or not, but the one I talked myself out of shooting, and the one you and McCoy rode my rear on all fall. It worked
Oh
out though.
Lord, don't even.
I shot a better deer, but he was a nice deer. He's a good buck. I hope the one I passed made it. But that deer, I had him 20 minutes right there by the decoy, and I can't believe you didn't shoot that buck. Yeah, he was
Yeah,
feeding
he
right
was.
next to him.
I know.
Yeah.
It would have been hard for me. My trigger finger would have probably been itching and twitching because we have history with that deer, and he was a 5 year old anyway, 5 or 6 year old buck, right?
No,
I'm pretty sure.
he's definitely a mature buck. I just
Yeah.
his tines. He's got all that mass and he's palmated, but his tine length. That's what I'm going, man. I just don't want to mess up because he's a nice deer, And yeah, I
You
heard
got
about
two
that.
tags.
Huh,
You got two tags.
I know. Yeah. Hey, it all worked out. So
Uh,
I'm still regretting passing Heavy D when you and I both passed him because
uh,
that
me,
was a heck of a
uh,
deer.
yeah, me and you both. I had a great encounter with him on a decoy.
Hmm.
That's one of them deals. That's a long story. That's another story for another time.
Yeah. Folks, if you get here's the rule of thumb. If it gets your heart pumping and your knees shaking, don't just shoot. Right, Philly?
Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, it's what it does for you in the moment. Sometimes, I've shot lesser deer, but I've got more out of it. It's to me, it's what they do when they come in. If they play the game, man, it's
Well,
hard
see,
for me to keep.
yeah.
You know,
Hey, Chris and PA, how you doing? Hank in Iowa, how you doing, buddy? Well, here's the thing. I didn't want to shoot. I'm going, man. If I shoot him and if he's not what I think he is, I'm going to hear about this for 5 years. So that's why I kind of talked myself out of that one.
Dan, if he's mature like that, though, buddy, I mean, I
It,
don't know. I mean,
big old chest
whew,
on it.
he done everything you wanted him to do.
Oh, I could have shot him 15 times. I mean, he was just standing there. So, I'll probably never get that opportunity on him ever again.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
just the
I
way
know.
hunting is.
Yep.
You know. So.
Hopefully he's still around.
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully we'll. Are you coming up this summer at all, or are you going to just kind of come out the fall?
I don't know for sure. I'm gonna, like I say, I'll be up at around Chris's. This. Well, we're gonna leave. What's today? Wednesday.
Today's
Hey,
Tuesday.
Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday the 2nd.
Yeah, okay. I'll probably head up Friday morning up to Northeast Missouri, but not sure when I'm going to get up any further north. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Well, everybody's busy. So
Yeah.
you're going to be when you're going to be in Phillip or Donovan's early, or are you going to Halloween? When you coming?
Rhonda's got a tag, and she's got an early season muzzleloader tag, so I may be with that group up there with her in September to kind of see
Okay.
how that goes. And we decided to try that just to see, and she drew because most of the time she don't draw
Mm-hmm.
when it seems like she puts in for just archery. So we thought, well, we'll put in for early season muzzleloader because she could still bow hunt.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
So anyway, we'll see how it goes.
I can't wait to see that old gearhead of yours on a deer rack.
I'm gonna tell you something. I hope he's on the one I'm wanting to make. We won't talk about him because he's still alive.
Okay. Yeah. Just make Skippy happy. Yeah. I'll get him on a big old buck so Skippy will sit there and he'll be singing about you.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna get more than one buck. We're gonna get.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm
and
hoping a really good season.
Phillip had a really good turkey hunt with his gearhead, and he's going to let me use that on Bowstring Adventures. So, did you get that to Ryan yet?
No, I have not. I don't have it. I've got to get with Josh Anderson. Josh
Okay.
has got all my footage and stuff there now, but I'll get Josh to get it to him.
Yeah, because that was a heck of a. I mean, you all the cameras and stuff. That was a heck of a show you put on.
That's with all the. I got the hunt on all the cameras, not on the ground blind, just sitting against a tree.
Yeah.
And those gobblers come in and played the game. It's pretty awesome, I have to say.
Yeah,
I
you're
got
good.
4 cameras.
Yeah.
6 yards.
Yeah,
6 yards.
6 yards. That was awesome. So, all right, buddy, I'm going to let you go. Tell them where they can find you.
Well, obviously the Virtue TV is on Carbon TV, and we're on YouTube. Woodhaven, we'll be running through with those guys there. Woodhaven is a big YouTube, and you can find me on all the social media, Phillip Vanderpool or the Virtue TV. We have all kinds of platforms on the social media sides, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff.
All right, give Rhonda my best, pal. I'll call and bug you
I
in a
sure
couple
will.
days.
Everybody be safe. Good luck out there. I hope you get your tree stands up, but mainly think about safety and put those straps up if you need it. And then, if you don't even think for sure you need it and want to be safe, just throw another strap on there. It don't take just a second.
Yeah, make sure you stay connected with that lifeline too, right?
Drink lots of liquid.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lots of don't have a heat stroke.
Nope. All right. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, Kevin says good night, buddy.
All right. Well, Kevin, good night, bud. Thank you. You all be safe. And, man, just looking forward to 2025 being maybe one of the best years ever.
Yeah, he says all the best to Rhonda, too, for you.
Okay. Well, thank you, man. Appreciate that, and I'll let her know.
All right. I'll see you, people.
Actually.
Yeah. I'll bug you later, buddy. Thanks for coming on tonight.
All right. See you, man. Y'all take care. God bless.
Right. Bye, buddy. There he goes, Phillip Vanderpool, everybody. What a fine, fine feller right there. I'm not going to take any breaks tonight, but I got some stuff to tell you about. So get out there. If you want to see what Phillip and I were talking about, go to purewhitetail.com. You can also check out Pure Whitetail on Facebook. Josh and Grant are always doing. Actually, Josh had a couple different scrape videos that he was putting on there if you want to see what some of the stuff we were talking about. I want to thank our buddy Bo Davenport down at Kool-Aid Archery. Kool-Aid's got some great stuff going on. They're doing a Christmas in July deal. Go to KoolAidArchery.com, and those are the shafts that I shot during turkey season. I'm shooting the 4mm right now. in feces, and they work really well. So go check out Kool-Aid Archery. Also, too, this I just got these in the mail, and I'm going to be telling you all about these here on the shows. For all my crossbow hunters, you're going to want to check out these new speed broadheads. These are getting launched any day now, so you're getting a sneak peek. But these are the 100 grain titanium crossbows. These things are amazing, and I just did a little blurb from Joel Maxwell on there. But this is a cross-cut aluminum. So, and I got them out of the package here just to show you. I shot a couple of them. They shoot really, really nice. But that's the one that's got the blade on it right there with the blade. And this is the chisel point on the ferrule, which is really, really nice too. You're going to want to check these out. I'm going to have some of these to give away in a few weeks on the radio shows. So go check those out, and I'll give you the website. The website's not even launched yet. These are totally brand new. And the guys have been working on these for a while, and I'll tell you more about that as we get going. Gearhead's got their big deal going on up in Madison, Wisconsin, July 19th. Make sure you're going to. I will be there. Skip's going to be there. Come out and say hi. And there's going to be a lot of door prizes. You get to see all everything that goes on at Gearhead at the factory, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Come up there on July 19th. It's their big anniversary deal. And they'll have food. They're going to have pulled pork and a whole bunch of other stuff. So come up and say hi. He would love to see you. Iowans are encouraged to report wild turkey sightings in July. In August, the Iowa Department of Natural Resources is looking for help on their annual wild turkey production survey. During the months of July and August, wild turkey sightings are recorded to estimate the year's nesting rates and successes. Participation is really easy. Just note the date and the county in which the turkeys are seen, if it was an adult male or adult female, if they have beards on their breasts, and if and how many poults are present if you see them. And if you can do that, they would really appreciate it. Just go to iowadnr.gov/turkey, and you can take the wild turkey survey. And I'm going to have Jim on the show, I think Saturday. I've got him on. We're going to talk more about that as we go. I want to thank Rupert's Roost in Peace turkey calls and Rut in Peace. If you want a great grunt call, I'm going to tell you, this is one of my favorites right here, Rut in Peace. Rupert's, it's Roost in Peace turkey calls, but it's Rut in Peace on the deer side. But just a really nice grunt call. That's what I shot that my Iowa buck with last year. I turned him with this, and you'll see it on the show. He was leaving, and I hit him with that, and he turned back and came up, and I got him. Rupert's Rut in Peace. Go check them out, and like I said, you'll be happy with them. And I think that's it. I think we're going to get out of here. So if you guys need anything, let me know. Otherwise, I will talk to you soon, and thank you very much. Buk Talk Radio, we'll be back on every week now on Wednesdays at 5, unless something happens with Jen. If you don't know what's going on. Hey, Rick, how's it going, buddy? I appreciate you. My wife had to have emergency surgery a couple weeks ago, so we're getting her back to health. So if I'm not on a Wednesday, there's something going on. But I should be on every week at 5 now. Unless something, like I said, happens. See you Saturday morning, 7 to 9, and let's get out of here and return it back to regular scheduled programming. I appreciate you, and we'll see you soon on the Outdoor Call Radio Network. See you, everybody.